Welcome back. If this is your first time here on this channel and you experience any kind of issues with playback, please check out the link in the description to my mirrored account on BitChute.com, redpill_McKenzie. Now, in today's video, we're picking up where we left off. We're now in week 3 of October 2018 with the high-level resignations. Talking CEOs, CFOs, COOs, heads of state, police chiefs, you name it. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's a new week until basically we catch up. But real quick, where do I get the names from? I get it from a site called resignation.info, maintained by Resignation Anon. And despite the meme I just showed you, there are actually a lot of good people on this list. Not everyone on this list is a bad person, even though there's been quite a few of those, but even still, not everyone will be indicted. Go ahead, check out the link to the indictments if that's something you haven't seen already. There's also a little feature on this site where you can report resignations. Anything that's not on the list since September 2017, or if it's just brand new, that's easy, right? Go ahead and put the link to that article in there, submit it. Once it's been verified, it'll be added to the list. Now get this, if it's new and it's notable, chances are it'll be on the next resignation show every other Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. German time, with the next show being on March 31st, hosted on a channel called In Real Life News. I'll put the link to that channel in the description, or while you're hanging out on the Resignation Info site, Resignation Show tab, you can link up with In Real Life News there or catch up on any of the show episodes you may have missed. But anyway, now that that's taken care of, let's get to the list. We have the CEO to SMA Solar Technology AG in Germany, Pierre Pascal Urban. Resigned and was replaced by Jürgen Rainier. We have the CEO and president to Orla Mining Limited in Canada, Mark Prefontaine. Resigned and was replaced by Jason Simpson. We have the CEO to Sears Holdings Corporation in the U.S., Eddie Lampert. He remains as the chairman of Sears as Sears files for bankruptcy. We have the CEO to Grant Thornton LLP in the U.S., Sacha Ramonovich. We have the CEO to Flutterwave Inc. in Nigeria, Ian Obiyeji. Resigned was replaced by Olugbenga Agboola. We have the CEO to Wigan Council in the UK, Donna Hall, retired. We have the CEO to South African Weather Service in South Africa, Jerry Lingosa, suspended. We have the Prime Minister to the Yemeni government, Yemen, Ahmadi bin Dagher, was fired over the economic crisis and was replaced by Mayin Abdul Malik Saeed. We have the chairman to Vulcan Inc. in the U.S., Paul Allen, died at the age of 65 due to complications of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He was also the co-founder of Microsoft. We have the executive director to the Democratic Party in Allegheny County in Pennsylvania, Mark Salvis, was asked by the chairman to resign largely because of a photo from 2017 that showed him and his wife with the words, "I stand for the flag, I kneel at the cross." We have the president to Palo Alto Networks in the U.S., Mark Anderson, resigned, was replaced by Amit Singh. We have the group executive for Generation to Eskom in South Africa. We have the chief to Belen Police Department in New Mexico, Scott Connor, resigned amidst audit findings. We have the CEO to IMAX Entertainment in the U.S., Greg Foster. His term ended. And his term ended also here at IMAX Corp as the senior VP. He was replaced by Megan Colligan in this position. We have the CEO to Convatec in the UK, Paul Moravik. They said, "We are not surprised to see the CEO stepping down given Convatec's numerous missteps since the IPO," Bernstein and analysts said. We have the deputy CEO to CWT in Singapore, Adam Slater. Sources said back in September of 2018 that H&A is in talks with banks to find a buyer for CWT, less than a year after it acquired the business in a $1 billion deal. We have the CEO to More Than Me in Liberia, Katie Mailer, resigned after a report found that dozens of girls were allegedly raped by an employee. We have the golf analyst to NBC or the Golf Channel in the U.S., Johnny Miller. He retired and was replaced by Paul Azinger. We have the commissioner to Idaho Fish and Game Commission in the U.S., Blake Fisher, resigned after sharing graphic pictures of his African hunting trip. We have a director to Bioheat OYJ in Finland, Stina S. We have the industries and water minister to the Tasmanian government in Australia, Sarah Courtney. And she was in a personal relationship with the head of the state's Department of Primary Industries, Parks, Water, and Environment. Premier Will Hodgman revealed that Tuesday. We have the chief to New Mexico Police Department in the U.S., Jerry Delgado, resigned less than 2 weeks into the job after social media posts accused him of sexually abusing a woman years ago when he was a child. When she was a child. Sheesh. With the CEO and president to Videotron Inc. in Canada, Manon B. We have the president to New Canada S in Canada and the COO to the same company. I missed the COO. We have the CEO to Retirement Fund Inc. in Malaysia. Pause if you need to read that. We have the CEO to Dorset Healthcare University Foundation Trust in the UK, Ron Shields, retired. We have the CEO to Kimba Financial Credit Union Inc. in the US, Jerry Guy, retired. We have the Speaker to the House of Commons in the UK, John Bercow, resigned due to sexual harassment. We have the Prime Minister to the Armenian government, Armenia, to Nicole Pashinyan, due to early election. Did it for the early elections. We have Lieutenant Governor to Alaska in the U.S., Byron Malott, resigned over inappropriate comments. We have the CEO and Administrator to Johnson County Health Care Center in Wyoming, Nicole Hobbs. We have the CMO and head and the Chief Strategy Officer, two different people, to Mintra Jabong in India. The CMO went off to be CEO at Zalora CSO, at Zalora. And then the CSO went off to be operating partner at KKR. With the CEO and president to Alberta Electric System Operator in Canada, David Erickson. We have the owner to the Moonlight Bunny Ranch in Nevada, Dennis Hoff. He died hours after having sex with one of his own prostitutes. We have the chief to Clinton County Police Department in Louisiana, Frederick Dunn, resigned following his and Mayor Lori Ann Bell's arrest over the purchase of 4 SUVs for the town's police department, which both signed off in June. We have the CEO and president to USA Gymnastics in the U.S., Mary Bono, resigned after 4 days of being appointed after Kaepernick tweet controversy. I don't know how that's related. Anyway, that was the note. We have the director to Funko Inc. in the U.S., Richard McNally. Go ahead and comment if you know if that was related or not. We have the foreign minister to the Greek government, Greece, Nikos Kotzias. We have the chief scientific officer to ATYR Pharma Inc. in the U.S., David King. We have the president to the National Students Union of India in India, Feroz Khan, resigned amid sexual harassment allegations. We have the CEO to Ingro Fertilizers in Pakistan, Ruhal Muhammad. We have the chief to Level Plains Police in Alabama, Billy Driggers, resigned following accusations of masturbating in public. We have the CEO to Constellation Brands Inc. in the U.S., Rob Sands. We have the COO to Foxtail Coffee in Florida, David Severs, resigned amid sexual harassment allegations. We have the chief to Force Ovier in France, Pascal Pavagu, resigned in the wake of reports suggesting he had hundreds of colleagues secretly rated and their files tagged with labels such as foolish, stupid, or plain crazy. With a special envoy for Syria to the United Nations in Switzerland, Stefan de Mistura, resigned for, quote, purely personal reasons. With the CEO to AE2S in the U.S., Steve Burrian. With the CEO to First Health of the Carolinas Inc. in North Carolina, David Kilarski, retired. We have director to Blockchain Group Co. Limited in China, Su Huling. We have the director to Sino-Hua International BHD in Malaysia, Cedric Chu Siatik. We have the CEO and the director to Dentsu Aegis Happy Creative Services in India, both after multiple harassment charges. And to the same company, but these two positions, the senior creative director and the national creative director, these were asked to quit in the wake of the sexual harassment allegations due to the ongoing Me Too movement. So I think it was just a cleaning of the house. We have the Deputy Commissioner for Food and Veterinary to the Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA in the U.S., Stephen Ostroff, retired. We have the head to the FBI Boston Division in Massachusetts, Harold Shaw, retired. We have the CFO to Coca-Cola Company in the U.S., Kathy Waller, retired and is replaced by John Murphy. With the CEO to True Sky Credit Union in the U.S., Steve Rasmussen, retired. With the chief to Central Bank in Brazil, Ilan Goldfan. We have the director to Noble Midstream Partners LP in the U.S., Gary Double William. We have the VP and CTO to LSI Industries Inc. in the U.S., Andrew J. Forster. We have the Junior External Affairs Minister to the Indian government, India, to M.J. Akbar, resigned amid accusations by 20 women of sexual harassment during his previous career as one of the country's most prominent news editors. We have the CFO to Eversendai Corporation, BHD in Malaysia, Chan Fu Kwan. We have the CEO to U.S. Cycling in the U.S., Derek Bouchard Hall. We have a director to Eskom in South Africa, George Sabulela, resigned due to conflicts of interest. We have a board member to 8Fit in Germany, Pablo Vilabra, resigned after sexual harassment and financial misconduct claims. We have the CEO to APN Outdoor Group in Australia, James Warburton, resigned after a successful takeover by global giant JCDecaux. We have the CEO to Nuversive Inc. in the U.S., Gregory Lucier. We have the CEO to Open Table Inc. in the U.S., Krista Quarles. We have the CEO to British Footwear Association in the U.K., John Saunders. We have the CEO to DDB Worldwide in the U.S., Wendy Clark. We have the CEO to Creative Chaos Inc. in the U.S., Jawad Kadir, resigned over discrimination against a hijab-wearing employee. We have the co-CEO to Fox in the U.S., Gary Newman, resigned as replaced by Charlie Collier. We have the CEO to Snoqualmie Valley Hospital in Washington, Tom Parker. We have the chairman and director to XG Technology Inc. in the U.S., Gary Cuccio. We have the film and television director in the U.S., Danny Leaner, died at the age of 57 after a long illness. We have the member to Parliament to the Liberal Party in Canada, BW. His term ended. We have an interim chairman and director to CBS in the U.S., Richard Parsons. And that's it. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, don't forget it's a new week. And of course, in real life news, you want to make sure you catch the next Resignation show. And as always, if you like my content, go ahead, share, because sharing is caring. And if you haven't already, go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, so that way YouTube has no choice of what kind of content of mine you get to see. I hope you liked it. I love you all. God bless you all. This is Red Pill McKenzie.